Good morning everybody, it's the 6th of April today and I've just watched the Andrew Marr show. I'm Simon, I run the Skinhead Reunion down in Brighton. This is a book that my mate did years ago with all my old skinhead mates in it. Loads and loads of us, this is where we grew up. So that was just to show you who I am really. But anyway, we started this Skinhead Reunion in 2011. The reason being was that a load of my mates died. I grew up in High Wycombe, just west of London. And my mates all died in 2011, including Polystyrene, who I was managing at the time. So I decided to get everybody together. Couldn't do it in Wycombe because it's a shithole. London's a bit chaotic where I grew up after that, but I now live in Brighton. Skinheads began really in Brighton with the Mountain Rockers fighting down here in 1964, which made the media. It was where all the skinheads had come down from London and all over, and the mods actually, the mods and the rockers came down to Brighton. They had a big fight. The media loved it and coined it Skinheads, and that's where it all really began. There's a big longer story to it than that. 69, Symond released their album Skinhead Moonstomp, and it really banged it down into British culture. By 72, 73 it had all died out. 76 punk came along, and with punk you had an explosion in street punk. Where I grew up was a band called Extroverts, and they were street punk. You know, they were singing Police State and Speed and Blank Generation, and they really appealed to us, you know, the kids growing up. And to me, this was me, you know. 76, 77, I was like 11, 12 years old, and I was fucking hell, man, this is so exciting. Then Sham 69 came along in 78 and released Kids Are United, and to me, fucking hell, man, I was a kid, I wanted to be, you know, fucking rough guard, and that was us, you know. So I became a skinhead, got my head shaved, and that was that. 79 came along, Specials, Madness, Two-Tone, fucking brilliant. You know, I grew up in a town that was very multiracial, so we had a big reggae scene up there, as well as punk. So to us it was the sound of our estate, you know. It just, you could never have magicked it up, you know. It just happened, and I just loved it, you know. I was born, that was what I wanted to be. So throughout the 80s I was a skinhead, and I loved it every minute of it, you know, from the early days of punk through to Two-Tone, through to Oi, all through the 80s. I loved it, and we went to so many gigs, so many different bands, so many genres, you know. It was great. But towards the end of the 80s it started dying, you know. Numbers were getting less, there was a lot of division, you had politics that had got involved, you know, people would, you know, it was just a lot of grief. There were no women, you know. I mean, I've always liked girls, there was no women there. It was all aggravation, a lot of fighting. I loved it at the time, I loved a good scrap, but you know, it was getting boring, to be honest. 89 came along, raving broke out, and we all went partying in fields. You know, the football hooligans were dead, skinheads died, you know. We all moved on, life got in the way. Kids came along, grew up, travelled, done the things we've done, and then, you know, for me personally, in 2011 I've been working with Polystyrene of X-Ray Specs. We'd done the Roundhouse in 2008 after I'd done a really big failed punk festival in 2007, and lost my shirt and a lot of money, and my mind and my girlfriend, everything at the time, lost the fucking lot. But you know, Polly saved my life. Started working with her, we did a gig, sold out 3,000 tickets at the Roundhouse, and it sort of got me going again. We struggled on for the next couple of years because she suffered badly with bipolar, and finally she got cancer and died very quickly in 2011. So I was absolutely devastated, you know. It was not only my friend, my soul, you know. She'd saved me in so many ways, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, you know. Amazing woman. We didn't have a relationship, but we were as close as people could be without having a proper relationship as such. But the same year I lost a lot of my Wycombe skinheads. I lost Craig, I lost Phil Crawley, I lost Lorp, I lost Shaw, Alfie. You know, these are my real friends. You know, I lost, you know, some of my London mates, George. You know, as the internet picked up, so I kept hearing more and more of like carnage and deaths. And I thought, right, 2011, fuck it, I'm not going to lay over and die. I'm going to start a reunion. I'm not going to do it in Wycombe, not going to do it in London, I'm going to do it in Brighton. So we started it, and I said to everybody, right, it's a free party, everyone's welcome. We did it on the internet. Some guy had an idea that had all fallen through, so I said, no, fuck it, I'll do it in Brighton, everyone's welcome. But what I'm not going to have is divisions. right? I don't want none of this right-wing, left-wing shit. I don't want none of this scar, or, you know, we're all skinheads. We all were, we all are. It's in our fucking heart and in our fucking soul. So that's what it was all about. Since that day, I've had nothing but fucking grief from people screaming and shouting at me about how it should be this and it should be that, and it's not this and it's not that. It fucking is it all, right? I bring it all together. People come from all over the world. We have bands from America, from Australia, from South America, from Germany, from all across Europe. We have ska music, reggae music, punk music, oi music. We have the best DJs there are in the scene, you know, who do it voluntarily. We have bands that we fly in from all over the world. We have 3 days, 15 bands, every type of music you can imagine within the skinhead culture. Of the bands that are willing to play, there's some that won't. They don't want to play with this band, they don't want to play with that band, they want a load of money, they want to be rock stars, whatever their reasons are. They think I'm dodgy or someone else in the crowd's fucking dodgy, whatever, I don't know. We get a lot of bollocks on the internet from all these wankers with their websites and their fucking mental fucking illnesses that want to fuck me up and everybody else up, and it does weigh on me. It fucking fucks me up big time, but I fight through because I've always been a fucking fighter and I will never give up. So anyway, this is 10 years, I can't believe it. 10 years have gone by and here we are in our 10th year. So this year we've got 2 stages. We've got the Volks bar, we've got an outside bar which is going to be on the front. We've got bands coming from all over the world. We've got the Ethiopians from America, we've got, well, he lives in America. We've got the Beat coming down from the Midlands. We've got the Extroverts, you know, my personal favourite from the old punk days. We've got a whole bunch of young bands, you know, we've got the Subsetters playing, we've got a young band called Rude Six who are doing a mixture of their own songs. I've been trying to encourage them to write new songs because I love to find new bands. I think without the new bands we ain't going nowhere in this subculture. So I fucked up on a few other young bands in the past, but you know, I'm hoping, I'm praying that we're going to keep it moving and get some new people in. I've put the word out to as many bands as I can think of. Come and play. As I say, it's there. We've got a whole bunch of bands. You can look on the flyers for the names of them all. There's quite a lot of them. We've got bands coming from Sweden, Germany, France, you know, all over the UK. We've got all your bands from the Midlands. We got, you know, all sorts going on. Just check it all out. And we don't know. It's always a bit fluid. Bands come in, bands go out. We've lost a couple of bands over the years that have been on the bill and they've pulled out last minute, and we've had to fill them in with other bands, but we've always had a brilliant weekend. We have a barbecue on the beach and lots of fun. But on the 6th of April, here we are today. I've just watched the news and we're still all in lockdown over this fucking coronavirus. Now this is something none of us could have planned for. Our usual weekend, which is the 5th to the 7th of June, we've done every single year since day one. We've had a few variations here and there, but generally 8 out of 10 reunions have been on that weekend. We really do hope that everybody gets together and comes to this event, because this is going to be our 10th year. But because of this this corona, we may have to change to the 11th to the 13th of September, because due to government licensing and laws, and we don't even know if the bars are going to be open. So to be safe, we're going to move to that date. But we are also going to do a free party on the 5th to the 7th of June this year, which will be free to everybody with a reunion ticket. Your ticket is also valid for September 11th to the 13th. So if you can't, if you want to come to Brighton, you're welcome to. If you can't, you're not missing anything, because the main reunion is going to be the 11th to the 13th of September. So you've got 2 parties for the price of 1. I can't do better than that. If for any other reasons, you know, whatever, this is what we're doing for the 2020. We're going to do those dates, right? And if for fucking God forsake it, we can't do September, then it will be rolled over to 21 of next year. Tickets valid for that year. But we want everybody down here for the 11th to the 13th of September, and let's fuck this corona off. Let's fuck this division off. Let's all get together and let's party like there's no fucking tomorrow. You know, they said to party in 2020. Well, we're going to party in, whatever. We'll see you in June, 11th to the 13th of September. Both parties you're welcome to, but let's see you all there. Ta-da.